So today was the day my friends in Carnage dropped the shaker to end all shakers. I'm super happy to be a part of this one. Like I said yesterday, sponsored spots can be a bit of a meme, but this one's really special to me. It's for me and my friends, the culmination of years of work. It's available in limited quantities right now on the G Fuel website for $9.99. If you'd like to pick one up, you're an absolute legend. Code Espresso will get you 30% off your entire order as of midnight tonight until the 20th if you want an extra discount. But anyways though, appreciate the support if you check it out. But now let's get into the regular content. Just a few hours ago, we got out of nowhere a little curveball in relation to Modern Warfare's Season 1 content and length. Infinity Ward put out a statement today that I can't really say that I saw coming, but also in hindsight, it kind of makes sense for this to maybe have been planned all along. Today, we're going to be breaking down the news here of this announcement and what it actually means for the duration of Season 1, the launch of Season 2, and everything in between that you can likely see coming. That said, let me know your thoughts below. What are you hoping to see added in Modern Warfare, whether that be before Season 1 ends, or maybe with the launch of Season 2? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As well, if you are new to the channel, maybe considering that subscribe button. We're drawing closer to 300,000 here on the channel, so the content will still be here all the same, but if you want to stay up to date, the option's there. Anyways, let's get into it. So what did Infinity Ward say that, as of now recording this, I'm looking around and seeing a ton of split feelings on it. Some people are happy and some, well, not so much. As of a few hours ago of when this video goes up, Infinity Ward dropped a quick little blog post over on their website that simply was titled Season 1 Extended, with a quick little announcement that said the following. Over the next few weeks, a host of new items and challenges will arrive, including an in-game challenge to earn the new crossbow weapon, more remixed game modes, new playlists, and more in the store to discover. To make room for all that activity, we're making a one-time extension of Season 1. It's now ending at February 11th. During that time, there will be double XP, double weapon XP, and 2x tier progression to help you finish up your officer ranks and your tiers and get you ready for an exciting Season 2. Now, firstly, that's a lot to unpack. That just kind of out of nowhere is an announcement that we'll be getting another DLC weapon, one that was data mined for quite some time now, new game modes, new playlists, and other stuff even coming to the store, which, I mean, I don't really care too much about that part, but they're going to be pushing more content through that route as well. Now, that said, we know that some of the stuff that is already mentioned as well is going to be coming. We have double XP and double weapon XP coming for the long weekend from this Friday up until this upcoming Tuesday. So we knew of that one. We knew already of announcement of a double tier progression at some point throughout the final weeks of Season 1. But the other stuff is still new and, of course, is kind of something we didn't see coming at all. So the first thing I want to tackle is, why was this delayed in a sense? Why was this pushed back by 8 days here? Well, personally, I think this can take 3 different routes as to why. Firstly, one, the content may just not be ready. Maybe there's something that they hit a developmental snag. Maybe there was something that required them to push it back. They had an obstacle that they just couldn't get around, and therefore, to which, if that's the case, I know that people are going to be bummed about it, but I'd much rather have the extra time added on to fix that so that we don't have something that's rushed to be pushed out for that deadline of the previous February 3rd release date, in which case maybe it would have been buggier, maybe it would have been something that literally would have been unplayable. So in that case, I'm okay with it. Maybe it also could be something, though, that's a correctional measure. The one thing that I always found incredibly weird about Season 1 was that it had an end date of Monday, February 3rd. Now, it's weird because we haven't seen a content addition or major update happen on a Monday in my recent recollection at all. We had a title update for, I think it was Absolute Zero and Black Ops 4 that went live on Monday, but the actual content that came along with it was reserved for Tuesday, the standard update day in the Call of Duty marketing. So when you consider that kind of stuff, that we would have had a major season rollover on a Monday, it just always seemed weird to me. So there's a part of me that wonders if this was an air quote surprise extension to which it was planned all along. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know which of those two is more plausible, but it's something that I could see it going either of those two ways. But talking with my good friend Ink Slasher, I actually think that if we want to put our tinfoil hats on, there may be another third reason here for why this was extended by 8 days or so. If you take a look at February the 3rd, that's a Monday. But if you take a look at what happens as of just one day before, that's the Super Bowl. Now, normally I would say that this makes absolutely zero sense that they'd push it back because of a game. Sure, some people will take the day off work or something after the Super Bowl if they party too hard, but delaying an entire content release for that would be just strange. But here's where the tinfoil hats come into play. What if they use the Super Bowl as a platform like they do the NBA playoffs to announce something that may be coming up? We've never had something that requires an announcement in January, in February, like we would now. But what if that's when we see the BR get announced for Modern Warfare? Again, tinfoil hat theory, but probably doesn't have near as much weight as the other two we just discussed, but maybe that may be a reason as to why it was delayed. So there's now then that window of marketing for an announcement, the buzz to die down for that, and then it kicks back in a week later instead of being overshadowed by that VR announcement. So again, tinfoil hat theory, but maybe. Anyways, when can we see these now new extra things being added into the game? Well, really, I think this comes down to maybe as early as of next week. Now, the reference that we're going to bring up, I know it's kind of a meme at this time because it's just the constant question of where is it, but the reference of update 1.13. Maybe it's actually way bigger than what we initially thought of just being bug fixes and maybe a map or two here at that. But Joe Secott mentioned this as of last weekend. We thought it was going to be coming here this past week. We didn't get it this Tuesday. We didn't get it last week at all. And so we still don't know where it is. But as of recently, Joe actually mentioned that it was submitted for approval with Sony and Microsoft. So it's likely all but ready to be pushed out. Just needs that green light from the first party systems. So if that's the case, we could see this as early as the next couple of days, to which I'm really excited for what would be coming along with this, being firstly a new DLC weapon. Like we mentioned, that crossbow that was actually data mined for quite some time now. We've known of its existence. We've known of other things like the Vector. There's another grenade launcher in there. There was previously that Ram 7 in the data dump as well that came about with all of this. So we knew of this stuff, but the coolest part here to me is the fact that this is going to be challenge oriented. You're going to have an in-game challenge to earn the crossbow weapon, and I absolutely love that. That was the biggest part that I loved about Infinity Ward's last title of Infinite Warfare. You had the season pass, you got the weapons for free, but if you didn't, you had a simple challenge that you had to unlock it with, but it was something obtainable. That's a great way to give players organic content and stuff that is really, I think, worthwhile. And if it's a mission challenge, if it's just something that is untethered to mission challenges or the battle pass or something like that, I'm still going to do it. I haven't paid attention to many of the mission challenges because there's not really all that much worthwhile content in there to me. So when I see this, I'm all for it. But what does this mean for the future? What's this mean for the rest of season 1 and beyond? Well, obviously we're 1 week further from season 2 now. You add a couple of days on to what we previously thought was going to be that ending date. But the future, though, in a larger sense, could see similar styles of content addition now here for this. Do I see this being something that there's more of an extension for seasons in the future? I personally don't think so. It was mentioned that it's a one-time extension. I don't really see them doing that again based upon that wording. But in terms of the things being added in, we may get later or halfway through points that add in new weapons in each season. We might see content added in the style as such that we'll see this crossbow weapon being added in. If there are more challenge-oriented weapons outside of the battle pass, I think that'd be fantastic because that would give players who maybe didn't have the immediate option to jump in as soon as that season started, the ability to get a DLC weapon without having to put in maybe as much time. If you picked up Modern Warfare today, you might be hard pressed to get through 30 tiers or whatever it is to get both of the weapons in season 1. Maybe with this extension, it would be a little bit easier now at this point, but you kind of get what I'm saying here with it. If you don't tether it to the battle pass and you can do this challenge at whatever point you want and at any pace you want, that's something that of course would be really nice for the average player, the consumer that doesn't grind out the game a whole ton. If there's more stuff like that, I think that's an absolute great addition to the game that could be happening in the future. Perhaps even maybe operator-oriented challenges outside of the battle pass, outside of mission challenges, outside of the store will be added in here with this. Maybe that's how we see an extra operator added in per season. We saw that we had Mara and Nikto, but we still have that prospect of maybe Ghost coming. If Ghost maybe is just a skin for Nikto, that would be kind of a bummer, but maybe we see one more operator added in as well, to which maybe in further seasons, there's 3 per season that are added, with one being a battle pass, one being a store paid operator, and one being a challenge operator. We'll see how that all works out, but I'm liking how this may look for the future in the sense of more content additions and how you can go about getting them. Not necessarily that extension, but the stuff that comes along in that space. Now, overall, is this a net positive or a net negative announcement? Personally, I'm more of a positive person, but I also see this as a positive just because of we know new stuff is coming. We didn't have that information before today. We had maybe the speculation that we'd maybe see another map or so, but now we know that a new weapon's coming. We know that a new challenge series is coming. We know more things in the shop, though I won't care too much about those, will be coming. So we know of more content that's going to be coming to tide us over. Is it the perfect ending to a season? Probably not, especially if you're at rank 155 already or at tier 100 of your battle pass, to which you're just chilling with nothing really more to do for an extra 8 days on top of the already, 18-ish or so that we had on deck before the announcement of this extension. So does it kind of suck in that regard where we have to wait for another major content dump, perhaps of multiple maps all at once, a new ground war map, a new Spec Ops operation, whatever it may be? Sure, I understand that entirely. But the positives of a new weapon, new and future ways to earn new weapons, and other maybe potential in-game content like operators, unassociated from the battle pass, and perhaps some cooler game modes, I think I'm okay with that. I'm kind of just neutral here on this. I understand where people are frustrated that it may be delayed, but at the same time, I'm also personally not too bothered by it. I play the game honestly in a lot more moderation than I would have in other Call of Duty titles, so I'm just kind of there for it, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. I want to let you guys know about this here and keep you guys in the loop, because we will be seeing an 8-day extension on Season 1 here, and what that means then for the content coming afterwards with Season 2. We'll have to wait and see how it all breaks down, but all in all, that's where we're at. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of this announcement? Positive, negative, whatever it is, let me know in the comments down below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare. Updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. We got you covered here on the channel. So if any of that interests you, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it might be, that link is down there in the description below. Well, it's that out of the way. Thank you guys all so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.